The Caterham 7 is one of the UK's most iconic sports cars. In production since 1973, the Caterham 7 has become a favourite amongst petrolheads and thrill seekers. Boasting 310 brake horsepower, the 620R is the fastest Caterham 7 to date. With a staggering 0 to 60 time of 2.79 seconds, this beast certainly carries the thrill factor. At £50,000, owning one of these was just merely a pipe dream, but not anymore. You can own and build your own, and do it the Lego way. After reaching 10,000 votes on the Ideas platform, Carl Greatrix' Caterham 7 has become a reality, and all Lego fans and Caterham fans alike can own their very own model as of the 1st of October 2016. It's time for me, Mark Guest from Bricks Magazine, to sit down and build this beast and really see what's under the bonnet. This has come from the Ideas platform, so this is a fan-built design. Carl Greatrix was the originator of it, obviously it's been developed through the Lego system, but this just seems to have taken it up a notch. They seem to have moved the bar on a little bit, in my opinion. I mean, we've had Doctor Who, Big Ben, which are all really nice building experiences, more of a play set, more of a minifigure type scenario. This is obviously larger than minifigure scale, and it is a display set. This is something I can see Caterham fans wanting to own, Lego fans wanting to own, and I can see this being a perfect gift for the dads and the husbands across that have got a nice little office that want something for that shelf. So for me, I think it's really impressive, not only that it's a great model, but to have come out of Ideas without a franchise really. I mean, I know it has got a license, as in the fact that it's linked to Caterham, but the fact that this is a solid car model and the way that it's been built, just for me, has raised the bar on the Ideas platform, and it'd be interesting to see where we go to next. Because Ideas is very, very exciting. We have such a range of different releases from the Maze, let's say Doctor Who. We've had lots of things, Wally. So, I mean, that's what the beauty of Ideas is. It enables Lego to produce those one-off sets, so they don't have to require a whole range or theme of them. But for me, they've picked a winner here. Everything is printed, so you've not got to worry about stickers being wonky or applying them. It's all there, which I think is actually really, really important on a set like this, which is primarily built for display, so everything looks spot on. We've seen lots of cars come out of the Lego shop so far. We've had an F40 last year, we've had the Mini, we've just recently had the new VW Beetle, we've had the camper van. Now, all of those have been absolutely splendid, but in my opinion, this is my favourite car build to date. I'm a big Beetle fan, I loved the Beetle, still do, but there is something about this little sports car, the detail, the shapes it creates, and the absolute fact that it is studless all the way round brings it almost closer to the real world for me. And you know, if I had to choose between the F40 and the Caterham 7, then I'm sorry Ferrari, I'll be going for the Caterham. Colours are vivid, the build is great, there's so much attention to detail. I can't keep piping on about how well everything's been constructed, from the arches to the interior, and as I say, all printed, no stickers. This really is a very nice set. Right, so here we are, the finished Caterham model. It is fantastic. I was never really any doubt that it was going to be good, but it exceeded expectations on the build. The first thing I wanted to point out is that everything is printed. As you can see, the graphics down the side, across the top here, the stripes, the Caterham 7, and as I say, the logos on the side. That was the first really nice surprise for this. But then the surprises didn't end there. As you can see, the finished models are excellent. You get 4 little axle stands, which sit here. Can raise your car so it's displayed how you're seeing it then, but you can easily just take them off, put them down, the car sat on the road, ready to go. Now, what do you do with those 4 bits? Well, I'll show you. They don't just sit alongside the set, they do actually go into the vehicle. The boot lid comes off like it does on a real Caterham. It actually lifts off, it's not hinged, and you've got this lovely compartment here where you can put your 4 axle stands. I'll put those in, and then the boot just goes back on. It's all made to measure, so it all fits on. And there you go, you've got your car sat on the road. Now, let's just take a little journey around the car. You've got all these beautiful lines, these lovely big arches, which are put on via snot techniques and inverting the arches. You've got all the detail. One of the things that I like the most is this angled front end, which I'm going to pull off now. And they've created this set here, so it's all studless. And that is a really big factor for things like this. I think when you're doing car panels, studs sort of ruin that flat metal work. Not an issue here, everything is covered up. That lovely nose piece, got inverted studs, so you've got studs up, studs down, all built on. And then to achieve the little angled nose, got a little hinge at the front here, which sits on there, and it creates that little bent line that you get on the Caterham. There's loads more detail to go. Going to the front end where the engine is, first off you've got this lovely side exit exhaust here, which has got some beautiful pipe work, these new grey macaroni type pieces, which are all actually held together in this connection here, using the little lipsticks like we saw in the Big Bang Theory set, connecting it to. When you build it, you'll see what I mean. Underneath the bonnet, you can take the bonnet off. As you can see, again, a solid construction, a nice V shape to follow the lines. Underneath, you've got the engine. And I think you'll agree, if I show you, that here we've got lots and lots of little detail. We've got some little pistols that are used for the pipe work. We've got a nice, again, a printed tile with the 7620R logo on it. You've got all the engine, a little use of a whip there to get some pipe work, little oil caps, filler caps. It's absolutely splendid detail inside of here. That, again, as I say, you can display it with that off. As I think you'll agree, it looks quite impressive. It literally just slots on, locating to 2 pins. Nice, smooth, tight fit. Not going anywhere. Looks brilliant. So that's the engine bay. I think another thing for me that was really, really impressive is we've got, I'm going to turn this round, we've got a lovely cockpit here with steering wheel, 3 dials and gauges, mirror, we've got some sports style seats, adjustable wing mirrors, and this all sits on a bracket here. There's a little bit of a wobble, but it's there, it's solid. You've also got your gear stick, your handbrake. It really is very, very accurate. One of my favourite bits though, which is a real testament to the level of detail that's been packed into this set, which is about 28 centimetres long, so it's a decent size, is underneath these wheels here. We've got standard Lego wheels. If I just put it onto its side for a minute, I think you're going to be impressed by this. Pull the whole axle out. So underneath all 4 wheels, we've got a printed brake disc. So it's not seen, no one's ever going to know it's there, but they've gone to the effort of putting brake discs underneath the wheel. And that for me is a testament to a really nicely detailed set. You could argue they're not absolutely necessary, but as far as the design is concerned and the finished set's concerned, they're essential to be in there. And I think that adds to the value and makes this a real premium set. It just sits on your shelf, it looks beautiful, it's finished nicely, it's studless, which I think, as I've mentioned before, is essential when you're doing things like metal bodywork of a car. I would go as far to say this is probably one of my favourite car sets that we've seen from Lego so far. It's so well designed, it's such a great representation of the actual real thing. It actually makes me want to go out and buy a Caterham 7, but the chances are if I found a real one I'd probably end up putting myself in a ditch somewhere, so probably best I stick with the Lego model. But this for me is absolutely fantastic. It's a set that almost looks like a die-cast model, it's that well detailed, but it's done in Lego. It's fun to build, the techniques, the detail, everything, they've thought about everything, and I would thoroughly recommend enjoying this experience of building this set. Don't forget to register today for your free digital magazines by going to republic66media.com or downloading our Bricks and Britch Culture app. Never miss out on an issue of Bricks magazine. Get your subscription today from republic66media.com.
Remember the back issues!